Welcome everyone to the Galesburg High School Spring Awards concert. In front of you see here is the Galesburg High School Symphonic Band, and the first tune we're going to play is Critical Mass by Todd Stalter. Like last year, we have a piece by Bukvich that's going to need a little bit of explanation for you to understand what is happening in this piece. So those of you who were here last year, we played a piece called Symphony No. 1, Memoriam of Dresden. It had a lot of weird tone qualities to it and things like that, not really melodic, a lot of sound effect things. So I told Symphonic Band, I was like, hey, remember the Bukvich we played last year? Found another one in our library. This one is called Voodoo. So this one is a lot more sound effect oriented. There are some more melodies. It doesn't quite get as, maybe it does get as strange. But you're going to see some extended techniques used on instruments. So you're going to see things like the flutes and clarinets playing on just their head joints. Or you're going to see the bassoons you can see here, they're not having arts and craft time. That is a paper towel tube in the bassoon. And what it does is it actually, the lowest note you can play on a bassoon is a low B flat. With the tube in, it now can drop down to an A. So it is how we get more notes out. The trumpets, at one point, one trumpet will play with a tuning slide missing. Some will blow across their tuning slide. Some will play on mutes, but like blow across the mute like a flute would. So you're going to hear a lot of really different sounds throughout this entire piece. So sit back and hopefully enjoy. That we are going to play for you is a much more normal piece, I'll call it. But this piece is by Adrian Sims, and it's supposed to be about electrons, circling around an atom. And so this piece is called Orbital. go into the orchestral world a little bit. So Hector Berlioz wrote a piece called Symphony Fantastique, and it is a phenomenal piece. It's one of my absolute favorite orchestral works. And the fourth movement is called March to the Scaffold. Now, March to the Scaffold is the story of a man who believes he has killed his beloved, and so is being led through the streets to the gallows with the guillotine. Now, the whole time, now the thing is, this is like a dream he's having, it's wild and crazy, and so you're going to hear that in the music. I will say, at the very end, the guillotine does go down, you will hear a boom, 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 boom. That's supposed to be the head falling down the stairs afterwards too. So it's a very programmatic work, and it's designed that way. Throughout the entire symphony, it's supposed to have these almost literal sound effects to them. So it's going to sound very joyous the entire time. But this is Hector Berlioz's Symphony Fantastique, March to the Scaffold. so while I get the last few things set up, so again, one of the nice things that we have this year, we have so many percussionists, and often band pieces will call for 4 percussionists. We have 28. So we've been doing a lot of percussion ensemble this year to help make sure that they're still playing the entire time, or they're not playing one crash cymbal hit over the course of a 10-minute piece, and because they split apart with 3 other people. So the first piece you're going to hear is a piece called Pathfinder, and it's about kind of adventure and exploring. So this, like I said, is our first piece. I think I've stalled long enough for them to be ready to go. This is Pathfinder. A few years ago, I was really fortunate to get to attend the Progressive Art Society International Conference, or PASIC as it's better known, in Indianapolis. And PASIC is just a gathering of percussionists from all around the world to get together. There's clinics, there's performances. And while I was there, Keller High School in Texas was there. They did an entire set, and one of the pieces they played was this piece you're about to hear by Matt Moore called Stage Select. And it's supposed to be kind of like video game music. And so it was really cool. I heard this piece, I was like, this is amazing. We've got to try to do it. So we are actually going to be playing the first 2 movements of it today. So we will be playing, I always keep wanting to call it something else. We'll be playing City Stage and the Beach Stage as well. So this is Stage Select by Matt Moore. All right, so for our last piece for Percussion Ensemble, if you're a fan of the Muppets, you probably know the song Mah-Na. And I, again, am a little bit crazy and decided, let's do one piece with every single percussionist. So this is all 28 percussionists. We have literally every single marimba, vibe, xylophone, bell set that we own up here right now to play Mah-Na.
While our percussion keeps setting up, I'm going to go ahead and go through all of the thank yous for the people for whom all of this would not happen. So first, of course, to our administrative team here at District 205, we're really lucky to have so much support. Our custodial staff for keeping all of our spaces clean and safe for our students. Colleen Noonan, who's our fine arts coordinator, she does so much work behind the scenes for us. Russ Ulrich, whose last name is spelled with 2 L's. unlike what is listed in the program. He's back there making us look great and sound great on this stage. Thank you so much to Russ. I am just one part of an amazing team of music educators. You already saw Mr. Barshinger. We have two other amazing band teachers that are working with the younger grades and doing an amazing job, Ms. Joanna Shechka and Mr. Matt Welch. We also have an incredible team of choir teachers, Miss Lucy Ricky and Miss Dana Corey, who do an amazing job with those students as well. Also, all of our families, thank you so much for being here. It's my understanding that we were like out of seats when the band kids were all seated, so that's amazing. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for the late night pickups, the early morning drop-offs, and everything you do to make music happen for your children. I need to keep talking, I guess. Another huge thank you, of course, to our band boosters and especially to the exec board. They do so much to keep our students in amazing, wonderful uniforms, to make sure that they have food and snacks and everything for marching season. So a huge thank you to them as well. I don't know. Behind me is the Galesburg High School Wind Symphony. So we have four selections prepared for you today. The first one is the first movement of a larger symphony of work called Bookmarks from Japan by Julie Giroux. It's based on a set of bookmarks you can get at many different tourist shops in Japan that all have woodblock prints on them. The first movement is the one we'll be playing for you today. It's called Fuji-San, and it's based on a woodblock print of Mount Fuji. But Mount Fuji, as the clouds disappear away from it in the morning, so you're going to feel like a sunrise and like you're seeing the mountain rise from the darkness. So once we're all situated, I hope you enjoy. That was Blue Shades by Frank Ticheli, and you can probably tell it's a little bit jazz-inspired. Lots going on throughout. Some really awesome solos. Another round of applause for all of those. We're going to switch gears here from some of our more modern band music to an old classic. This is Variations on a Korean folk song. So you're going to hear the original folk song, the theme at the beginning, stated by our clarinet section, and then it's going to move through several different versions. If I pause, there will be more, okay? So hold your applause till it's all done. Thank you. While they're still getting ready, this seems like a great time to let you all know that if you participated in our cookie dough fundraiser and are eagerly awaiting your cookie dough, pickup is tomorrow after school. people I did not thank earlier, and that's our senior class. So this thank you is for all of the seniors behind me and sitting in front of me. It has been a joy to watch you grow over the past 4 years, not only as musicians, but also as people. Thank you for your leadership and the energy that you've brought to the band program. It is better because you were in it. I can't wait to see what you all accomplish next. We're gonna honor all of our band seniors, as well as any color guard seniors present tonight. These are not in alphabetical order. If the students filled out their fun facts, I will read their fun facts. The first one I have is Carter Bohm. After high school, Carter plans to attend St. Ambrose University to major in biology with a minor in Spanish. His favorite band memory is winning grand champions at Morton and All-State with Chuck and Mo. Next up, Georgiana Donald. Georgie plans to attend WIU to double major in music ed and psychology. Her favorite band memory was becoming head drum major, which allowed her to meet and form bonds with everybody in the band and do it with some of her best friends and drum majors, August and Alex. Next with Noah Crawford. Noah plans to attend Knox College to study business and music. His favorite band memory is going to ISU and hanging out with his friends. Next is Joy Lasosa. Joy is attending Knox College and majoring in biomedical engineering. Her favorite band memory is getting the opportunity to do competitive winter guard for the first time ever. Next is Silas Descalzo. Silas is planning to major in history at Asbury University. His favorite band memory is hanging out with his friends at VOA Indy his freshman year. Next is Riley Kantrovich. Riley is attending Carl Sandburg and he'll be pursuing medicine. His favorite band memory is when Darren changed the fit. There you go. Next is Mary Moore. Mary plans to attend Carl Sandburg and then transfer to SIU Carbondale. Her favorite band memory is going to Disney World and getting to meet new people. Next is Mohammed Shahada. Mohammed is attending Illinois Wesleyan University. He's planning on pursuing a pre-med track with what, Mohammed? Because it cut off on my form. With bio. His favorite band memory is winning grand champions at Morton this fall, and his honorable mention is meeting Carter's future band director at All-State. Next is Olivia Mason. Olivia will be attending Luther College to major in music education and minor in psychology. Her favorite band memory is performing at marching band competitions and watching her section improve each year on the field and as musicians. She says, shout out Clarinet Cake Squad, I'll miss you next year. Thank you for always being the best section. Next with Clara Gullifson. Clara is attending WIU this fall to start her bachelor's in oboe performance. Her favorite band memory is winning grand champion at Morton and rooming with her friends at VOA. Next with Caroline Baxter. Caroline plans to attend the University of Iowa to study social work on the pre-child life track, and her favorite band memory is eating crepes at the end of Disney Epcot Day. Next is Emma Bowden. Emma is attending Knox College to major in music education. And what are you minoring in, Emma? I got cut off. Psychology. Her favorite band memory, she did say she can't choose just one, but Grand Champs at Morton was the best feeling she's ever had. Brady Jackson is next. Brady will be attending Monmouth College and majoring in engineering and physics. His favorite band memory is going to Disney and watching Noah Crawford kiss a dragon. Next we have Mariah Burns from Color Guard. We have Dalen Junius. We have Francesca Barcenas Garcia. Charlie Ament. Charlie is attending Lawrence University to study jazz and business. His favorite band memory is junior year BOA, Muhammad on the PS4, If You Know, You Know. Next is Camden Cox. Camden will be attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in the fall. His favorite band memory is hanging out with his friends at band competitions. Next is Mia Lopez. Mia will be attending Carl Sandburg, and then she plans to transfer to a four-year college for speech. Her favorite band memory is braiding hair with Charlotte before performances. Next is Jalen Abbott. Jalen is heading to Carl Sandburg in the fall. His favorite band memory is the whole Florida trip and getting to experience it even if everything didn't go right. Next is Charlotte Warren. Charlotte is attending Carl Sandburg to get her associates in business, and then where are you going next? And then she's going on to cosmetology. Her favorite band memory is braiding Mia's hair right before competitions, but especially with that stressed out Mr. Barshiger. Next is Amaya Savage. Amaya is attending Carl Sandburg to major in nursing and plans to become an RN. Her favorite band memory is getting outstanding color guard and grand champions at Morton. Up next is Liam Dilly. Liam is attending the California Institute of Technology to study bioengineering. His favorite band memory is when it started raining immediately after a Things That Go Bump in the Night halftime show began, and everyone locked in because they were afraid of slipping, accidentally making the performance extremely epic in his opinion. Next is Brandon Schweitzer. Landon will be joining the Navy after high school. Next is Aiden Whiting. Up next is Olivia Wright. Olivia is attending Northern Illinois University and majoring in health sciences. Her favorite band memory is also eating crepes at the end of the Disneyland Epcot day. And then last we have Sandra Williams. Not last, this one. Now last, Lily Wood. Lily is planning to pursue becoming an EMT after high school. Her favorite band memory was winning at Morton and getting best color guard. All right. Seniors, can you guys come into the light so people can get a photo of you? I'll move this microphone. All right, wonderful. Thank you, seniors. Let's keep talking, and I'm so sorry. First, we are going to recognize our ILME All-State musicians. The Illinois Music Education Association provides certificates for students who were selected into an all-state ensemble. We had 5 of them in the band program this year. First, for all-state band, Georgiana Donald. All-state jazz band, Mohammed Shahada. All-state jazz band, Charlie Ament. And Carter Bohm, Senior Honors Jazz. All right, now we give several other awards from the band department. The first award that we give is the John Philip Sousa Award for Band. This award was introduced in 1955 to honor the top student in the high school band, and it recognizes superior musicianship and outstanding dedication. This year's John Philip Sousa Award winner is Georgiana Donald. Next is the Director's Award for Band. The Director's Award for Band honors an outstanding senior in both musicianship and dedication to the band. This year's Director's Award recipient is Carter Bohm. These next awards that we give are memorial awards. The first is the Rosemary E. Parkinson Memorial Band Award. Rosemary Parkinson was about to be a senior at GHS in 1968 when she and her boyfriend were killed in a car accident. She was a member of the a cappella choir, Girls Service League, Girls Athletic Association, Pep Club, and also played flute in the band. Roland Hegg, who was the choir director at the time, sang at her memorial service. Mr. and Mrs. Parkinson then presented GHS with a memorial plaque in memory of their daughter. Each year since, the Rosemary E. Parkinson Award has been given to an outstanding senior band member who demonstrates musical excellence. This year's Rosemary E. Parkinson Memorial Band Award recipient is Liam Dilley. Next is the Jack Larson Memorial Award for Service. Jack Larson was widely known in West Central Illinois as the radio host of Music with Memories, which aired on local radio stations. Before his passing, he partnered with the Galesburg Community Foundation to start the Jack E. Larson Endowment Fund to provide musical instruments and shoes to local school children. His contributions to the community impacted hundreds of students and families throughout Galesburg. Jack loved music, and as only he could do, was able to combine that love with his desire to help children. The Jack Larson Memorial Award for Service is presented to a senior band member for volunteer work and/or service to others through the band program. This year's Jack Larson Memorial Award for Service is presented to Mohammed Shahada. We also give 2 awards in jazz. The first is the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Award was inaugurated in 1974 after the great jazz artist passed in 1971. It honors the outstanding jazz musician at each high school. This year's Louis Armstrong Jazz Award recipient is Charlie Ament. And last but not least, we have the Robert L. Chadwick Jazz Award and Memorial Scholarship. Robert, more commonly known as Bob Chadwick, graduated from GHS in 1975 and was later killed in a car accident at the age of 21. He was an incredible drum set player with a love of jazz. His father, who was a Knox graduate and optometrist, used the funds from his memorial to found an award and scholarship to honor an outstanding jazz musician and send them to camp over the summer. This year's recipient of the Chadwick Award and the Memorial Scholarship is Matthew Vasquez. And I know that this has been a very long afternoon. I thank you again so much all for being here. We have one more piece to perform for you, and it is called An American Elegy. I'm going to read the notes for you from the composer himself. An American Elegy was composed in memory of those who lost their lives at Columbine High School on April 20th, 1999, and to honor the survivors. It is offered as a tribute to their great strength and courage in the face of a terrible tragedy. I hope the work can serve as a reminder of how intimately connected we all are as human beings. An American Elegy is, above all, an expression of hope. Thank you again for coming today.